Very, very good morning to all of you, my friends. Welcome back after a long break. Sorry, couldn't take the session on the last Saturday as I was not keeping well. So today is the last session. I'll be discussing few concepts on marginal costing. And if the time permits, I'll guide you how to prepare for exams, how to plan your studies. So without wasting time, let's start with few more concepts on marginal costing. I think in the previous session I gave you few questions as homework. I hope you guys were able to solve the questions, especially the cost questions on study material and especially the questions of study material. I hope you guys were able to solve the questions. So let's start with few more concepts and few additional questions. I request you guys to please open the material what I have provided. I'll be discussing question number 4 from my material. Yes, Hina. Admin sir, can you please unmute Hina?
Sir, chat disable है.
Admin sir, can you please enable the chat?
Yes, sir. Now it's enabled. Thank you.
Enable. Done. So now let's start with a question. The question is there in my material, question number 4. I request you guys to open my material. Good morning, Linga. Question number 4 from my material. Please open question number 4. So let's start with question number 4 from my material, wherein Vijay Limited makes and sell two products, V and J. The budgeted selling price of V is 1800 and that of J it is 2160. So the selling price of the two products is given. The variable cost is also given, wherein variable cost associated with producing and selling V are 900 and J it is 1800. Annual fixed production and selling cost of Vijay Limited is 88,000. So the fixed cost is given as a whole, that is 88,000. Now the company has two production / sales option, that is V and J can be either sold in the ratio of 2:3 or in ratio of 1:2. What will be the optimal mix and why? Sharing the question also for your reference. Those who have not downloaded, you can please take the screenshot. Question number 4, Vijay Limited. Good morning, Meenu. So let's start. Now herein, the fixed cost is given as a whole and the question is asking that which one is the optimal mix and why. So see herein, to figure out which one is the optimal mix, 2 points are considered. First one is the break-even sales, second one is the PV ratio. When talking about PV ratio, we can calculate, but what about break-even sales? The fixed cost is not given separately for the two products, it is given as a whole. So whenever you find sales mix based question, you have to calculate combined PV ratio and combined break-even sales. So very important, guys, whenever you find such type of question, that is a question related to sales mix or the product mix is given, we have to find out break-even sales and PV ratio to figure out that which one is the optimal mix. So let's start with question number 4. So first thing, let's start with the mix of 2:3. when we are keeping sales mix as 2:3. So see herein, my selling price and variable cost is given. For the two products is given, that is 1800 and 2160. My variable cost is given, that is 900 and 1800. So my contribution per unit we can easily calculate, that is 900 and 3160. Now see, herein the sales mix is given, the selling price and variable cost, everything is given in the question. So we will first calculate combined PV ratio. That is, we have to give the impact of the weight, or we can say the mix. So herein the mix is 2:3 in ratio for V and J. So let's calculate the contribution. It is 900 is the contribution for V. The weight is 2 plus 360 is the contribution per unit of J, and the weightage is 3, divided by my selling price is 1800 into 2, again the weight of the 2, and then 2160 into 3. So this will be 2880 10080 into 100. So this will be 28.57%. Anyone having any doubts? So now we have calculated the combined PV ratio. So we can easily calculate the combined break-even sales also. Wherein my fixed cost is 88,000 divided by 28.57 percentage. So this will be 308015 rupees. So very important, guys, when the question asks you that which one is the optimal mix and the product mix is given. So herein, very important, the product mix with the higher PV ratio and lower break-even sales is to be selected. So when talking about PV ratio, this is the way we will calculate the combined PV ratio, and this is the way we will calculate the combined break-even sales. So in such type of question, generally the fixed cost is given as a whole for the company rather than for the product separately. Now see, we have calculated the combined break-even sales of V and J. We can distribute this also in the ratio to V and J in the ratio of the sales, that is 1800 into 2 and 2160 into 3. So we can distribute it in the ratio of 3600 is to 6 6480. We can distribute it in the sales ratio. Since this is the total sales, it has an impact of the price also and the quantity also. So this will be distributed in the ratio of 1800 into 2 plus 2160 into 3. So this will be the ratio. So this will be the individual break-even sales for V and J. If you want to calculate it in rupees, you can divide it by selling price. You will get the, sorry, if you want to calculate it in units, you can divide this amount with the selling price. You will get the number of units. So if we divide this by 1800 and 2160, we will get the units also. So this is the way this question is to be solved. Anyone having any doubts or queries, you guys can post your queries. See, this is the way to calculate break-even sales. First of all, combined break-even sales, then separate break-even sales for V and J. If you want to calculate it in units, you can calculate it in units in this way. Alternatively, we can directly calculate it in units, wherein instead of dividing it by PV ratio, we will divide it by weighted average contribution per unit. So see, my contribution is 900 into the weight is 2 plus 360 into 3 divided by 2 plus 3, that is 5. So my contribution per unit will be so we can easily calculate the combined break-even sales in units, that is fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. So herein we'll be taking the weighted average contribution per unit. That is 150. And it can be distributed in the ratio of V to V and J in the ratio of 2:3. So this also will get 62 units. And this, it will be 92 units. I've just taken the round figure because units can't be in decimal. So this is the way the question need to be solved. If you guys have any doubts or queries, you guys can post your queries. Further, so this is the calculation wherein the sales mix is 2:3, wherein the selling price is given, the variable cost is given, so we can calculate the contribution per unit. Now, since the fixed cost is given as a whole, the separate fixed cost is not given for the two products, so we will calculate the combined PV ratio, that is 900 into 2 plus 360 into 3 divided by 1800 into 2 and 2160 into 3 into 100. So we will get the PV ratio as 28.57. Now, once we have the PV ratio, we can calculate the combined break-even sales, and this is to be distributed in the ratio of sales. How come I got 3600 and 6480? Very important, guys. 3600 I got as 1800 into 2. And this is 2160 into 3. So this is how break-even sales in rupees we have calculated. If we multiply this by selling price, that is 1,10,005 divided by 1800, we will get the units also. And similarly, this amount divided by 2160, we can calculate the units. If you want to calculate the units directly also, instead of calculating PV ratio, we will calculate the weighted average contribution per unit. That is 900 into 2 plus 360 into 3 divided by 2 plus 3, 5. So 576 will be contribution per unit. So fixed cost divided by contribution per unit, we will get the number of units it is to be distributed. Since it is only units, no price is involved. So it will be distributed in the ratio of 2:3. I'm done with this part. Anyone having any doubts or queries, you guys can post your queries. Anyone with doubts or queries? Already did Mustafa. So this is for the sales mix 2:3. What if the sales mix is 1:2? You have to calculate the break-even sales in rupees and in units separately for V and J and post your answers. So waiting for your answers for sales mix 1:2. So 62 units you are talking about. This one, Meenu? This one? Okay, so see, this is the total sales, right? This is what the sales. If we divide by selling price, we'll get the units. So my sales is how much? 1,10,005. If we divide it by 1800, we'll get the 62 units. So this amount divided by 2160 divided by 2160 will get the units. I hope it is clear, Meenu, now. Sabapish, which part you want me to explain? See, this is a simple weighted average method. What you have learned in mathematics, wherein 900 into 2 plus 360 into 3 divided by 2 plus 3. So there are two kinds of average, weighted average and simple average. So I've used the weighted average. Very good, Jaya. So I've got answer from Jaya for the next part. I request you guys to post your answers. First thing what you have to post is the combined PV ratio. Waiting for your answers. From combined break-even sales 308015, we have distributed in the ratio of 3600 is to 6480. How come 3600? 1800 into 2 and 2160 into 3. So in this ratio, we have distributed the sales, Pooja. So again, I've got combined PV ratio from Hina. Very good. I've got answer from Namrata. Please do post your answer in the personal chat rather than the group. No, it's not coming different. Please recheck your calculation, Pooja. I want everyone to post the answers. The more you will participate, the better you will be with the concepts. I've got answer from Minu also. Very good. So once those who are done with PV ratio can post your answers on combined break-even sales. Very good, Hina. Very good, everyone. Adil, very good. Sara, very good. Linga, very good. Jaya, very good. So Jaya, all the answers are correct. Very good, Jaya. Adil, very good. The answers are correct. Hina, answers. Please recheck your answers, Hina. Minu, very good. All the answers are correct. Very good, Pranav. The answers are correct. Namrata, please check. Please check the final answers, Namrata. Linga, very good. The answers are correct. Mr. Veera Pandit, your answer is correct. Tanu, very good. Your answer is correct. Khushbu, very good. Pooja Byalal, very good. Mustafa, please recheck your answers. Yes, Ahina, very good. Meenu, Kuldeep, very good. But what about break-even sales? You guys didn't posted the break-even sales. So this is the way to solve the question. Here in the next point is which one is optimal. See, here in the PV ratio is 28.57. Here in it is 26.47. Since the PV ratio is higher and the break-even sales is on the lower side, so the optimal mix is 2:3. As PV ratio is higher and break-even sales is less. So this one is the optimal mix because here in the PV ratio is higher as compared to this mix. Further, the break-even sales is lesser as compared to this one. So this one is the optimal mix. I request you guys to copy this explanation, those who want to copy. Very good, Adil. Very good, Meenu. Very good, Pooja. Admin sir, can you please unmute Pooja? Admin sir? Yes, Pooja, tell me. So we are done with this question. Let's start with the next part. So I request you guys to open question number 3. Sorry, 1 second. Yes, open question number 3. Pooja, 1 second. I'm not being able to unmute, but my query is first 2:3 case J. I'm not getting what you're asking. I hope you are thorough with this part now. Yes, Pooja? Okay, cool. No worries. So let's start with the next question. Question number 3 from my material.
What's your next question?
So let's start. A paint manufacturing company manufactures 2 lakh per annum medium-sized tins of royal paint when working at normal capacity. I'm discussing question number 3 from my material, wherein a paint manufacturing company manufactures 2 lakh per annum medium-sized tin of royal paint when working at normal capacity. It incurs the following cost of manufacturing per unit. So the cost of manufacturing per unit is given, wherein material is given, direct labor is given, variable overheads are given, fixed overheads are given, and the production cost per unit is also given. So each unit of a product is sold for rupees 21 with a variable selling and administration expenses of 60 paisa per tin. So additional variable cost is also given, that is 60 paisa per tin. Now during the next quarter, only 10,000 units can be produced and sold. Management plans to shut down the plant, estimating that the fixed manufacturing cost can be reduced to 74,000 only for the quarter. So we have to calculate the fixed cost and compare that how much we are saving if we shut down the plant. So reading this part again, management plans to shut down the plant, estimating that the fixed manufacturing cost can be reduced to 74,000 for the quarter. Further, when the plant is operating, the fixed overheads are incurred at a uniform rate throughout the year. Additional cost of plant shutdown for the quarter are estimated to be rupees 14,000. You are required to express your opinion along with the calculation as to whether the plant should be shut down during the quarter. And second point, to calculate the shutdown point for the quarter in units of the product, that is in terms of number of tins. So let's start with this question. I request you guys to read the question once again on your own. Just read the question with patience, giving you 2 minutes time. Question number 3 from my material. See, half of the work is done when you read the question carefully. So do read the question with patience. Just try to understand what the question is asking. This is the first part of the question, wherein the material, labor, and variable overhead cost is given, and the annual production is given 2 lakh per annum units. And this is the additional data related to the question. So let's start with the solution now. The selling price is given, that is 21 rupees. The variable cost is direct material. That is 7 rupees 80 paisa. When talking about fixed cost, it is given rupees 4, and it is given that the company manufactured 2 lakh per annum medium sized tins. So 2 lakh into 4. Now herein we are talking about a quarter. So see, the data is given related to quarter, and further it is given also that see the last paragraph, when the plant is operating, the fixed overheads are incurred at uniform rate throughout the year. So fixed cost for the year is how much? 8 lakh. And for the quarter, it is how much? 2 lakh rupees. So fixed cost quarterly, it is 2 lakh rupees. So the total fixed cost 8 lakh. For the quarterly fixed cost, it will be 2 lakh rupees. Now see, it is given in the question that during the next quarter, only 10,000 units can be produced and sold. So what will be my contribution in total? 10,000 units can be sold. So 10,000 into 8, that is 80,000. My fixed cost is how much? 2 lakh. So how much will be my profit or loss? So the point is, if we are continuing with the operation, if we are continuing with the plant, we are making a loss of how much? 1,20,000. So see, if we continue the operation, the company will be making a loss of rupees 1,20,000. However, if they shut down, then however, if they shut down, then the shutdown cost is 74,000. That is, it is given that if the company shut down the plant for the quarter, they will still incur a cost of 74,000 as fixed cost, plus the additional cost of shutdown is 14,000. So therefore, the shutdown cost is how much? 88,000. So if the company continue the operation, the loss will be of 1,20,000. If they shut down the operation, the loss will be of how much? 88,000. So better कंपनी चालू रखती है प्लांट तो 1,20,000 का नुकसान होता है और बंद कर देती है तो only the loss is 88,000. So it is better to shut down the plant. It is advisable to shut down for next quarter. So if the company continues the operation, there is a loss of 1,20,000. However, if they shut down the plant, see, read the question carefully. See, it is given in the question. Management plans to shut down the plant, estimating that the fixed manufacturing cost can be reduced to 74,000. So if they shut down the plant, okay, the plant is shut down, but they might have to pay the rent or the minimum electricity bill, whatever it is. So the cost that will be incurred even though the plant is shut down is 74,000, plus the additional shutdown cost of the plant is how much? 14,000. So in aggregate, even if the plant is closed for the quarter, we have to pay certain expenses and the total of that expenses is 88,000. So if we shut down, there is a loss of 88,000. If we continue, there is a loss of 1,20,000. So it is advisable better to shut down the plant for the next quarter and then again we will start the operation. Anyone having any doubts in this part? Because again, next question I'll be asking from you guys only. Just waiting for your queries. Any opinion, any queries? Fixed manufacturing cost is the fixed cost only. This is how I got. See, 4 rupees given is as the manufacturing cost, fixed manufacturing cost. So 2 lakh into 4, 8 lakh is the cost for the year. So for the quarter, the cost is 2 lakh rupees. Anyone with any doubts or queries? See, if we continue with the operation, there is a loss of 1,20,000. But if we shut down the plant for the quarter, the cost is how much? 88,000. So it is advisable to shut down for the next quarter. Anyone with any doubts or queries? Yes, asking this again because I'll be putting up a question in front of you. And this time I want answers from everyone. So just asking you again, anyone, those who are not thorough with this part, you guys can post your queries. I'm here to address all your queries. Yes, Mustafa, Priya, Adil, Jaya, Kuldeep, Meenu, Ravi, Namrata, Samira, Pranav, Shamli. Anyone with any doubts or queries? Khushbu, Linga, Chandan, Pooja, Ashlesha. Anyone with any doubts or queries? Okay, so now there is a query from my side, and I want everyone of you guys to address my query. So see herein, if we shut down the plant, the cost is 88,000. If we continue the plant, there is a loss of 1,20,000. Now my query is, can you guys tell me a point? Can you guys tell me a point where we are indifferent that shut down karo to bhi wahi baat hai, and if we continue also the same thing? So you guys have to tell me the point where I am indifferent that shut down karo ya nahi karo, the loss will be the same. A simple question. I repeat again. You guys have to tell me the point, or we can say the number of units where we are indifferent that shut down karo to bhi wahi loss hoga और कंटिन्यू करोगे तो भी वही लॉस होगा. So waiting for your answers now. Hina, read the question carefully. See, read the question carefully. If we shut down the plant, fixed cost is reduced to 74,000. If we continue the plant, the fixed cost is 2 lakh. But if we shut down the plant, the fixed cost is 74,000. It means अगर plant बंद भी करना पड़े तो we have to pay supervisor salary, rent, etc., etc. Read the question. So I've got answer from Mustafa. That is at 25,000 units. We are indifferent that to continue or not continue, the things will be the same. So I've got this answer from Mustafa, but I'm not sure that it is right or wrong. So I'll be posting the final answer. I want opinion from everyone. I've got one more answer from Jaya, 15,000 units. You guys have to tell me the point where I'm indifferent. That to continue or not continue, the loss will be the same. So 24,997, I've got answer from Pranav also. That I don't know, Neeraj Kumar. I've got answer from Adil Khan, 14,000 units. One question, so many answers. Diya Jain, 25,000. Pooja Byalal, again a new answer, 30,000 units. Shamli Sharma, 25,000 units. Hina, 25,000 units. Meenu, it is 25,000 units. So many are posting this answer. Neeraj Kumar, 14,000 units. Mustafa, one second. Okay, so one more new answer, 36,000 units. I want everyone to address my query. Please, I want your opinion on this part. Adil. Okay, so I've got one more unit, 5714 units. The point is, guys, there is no end of marginal costing. So start thinking that how to approach the question. See, again, the questions are easy. The point is your approach should be correct. So just do practice. Try to solve the questions what I'm putting in the class. I mean, it will help you to boost, to boost confidence and better understanding of the concepts, because there is no certainty that particular question exam mein aayega. Examiner can ask anything And trust me, guys, there is no end of marginal costing. If you will solve 100 questions, examiner can ask you 101st question also. Examiner can ask anything. So the point is how you approach the solution, that is the key. So I've got answer, one more answer, 36,000 from Linga. I want everyone to post your opinion, be it right, be it wrong. Mr. Adil Khan, your first answer was correct. Don't change the answer. Your answer was correct. So 33,520, one more answer. So many answers for a single question. Chandan Sahu again, 32,000 units. Again, guys, do pay attention to what I am saying. We have to calculate the point where we are indifferent. That chalu rakho ya band rakho, koi farak nahi padne wala. The things are going to be same only. So this is what the key is. Then now start with the solution. Yes, Adil, your answer and your opinion is correct. Ashlesha, 25,000. Okay. Rohan, 25,000. Tanu, this is incorrect. You have to post it in rupees. So Sabah Shakil, 15,000. Just keep on trying, guys. The question is good and interesting. Sara Qasim, one more new answer. 2,500 units. That's okay. The answer is right or wrong. Do post your opinion. So now I've got correct answer from Mustafa, and he has explained this along with the calculation and justification also. So Mustafa, very good. Your answer is correct. Very good, Mustafa. So now I got a correct answer from Pooja Byalal also. She posted two incorrect answer. Now the third time what she posted is correct. Very good, Pooja. So now I started getting answers now. Very good, guys. Keep it up. Still, I want you guys to solve the question. Okay, so students who have posted answers till here, it is incorrect. See, all these answers are incorrect. So the correct answer is out of these four only. So those who got the additional answers, they all are incorrect. The correct answer is from these four only. So what say, guys? Waiting for the answers. I've got correct answer from Mustafa, Adil, Pooja. So Minu is saying option A. So Minu, option A is also incorrect. So removing the confusion of 25,000, 25,000 is also incorrect. Priya Sharma, very good, Priya. Your answer is correct now. Very good, Priya. Rohan is saying 24,997 is the correct answer. So Rohan, removing your problem also, 24,997 is also incorrect. So one more student posted. So Jaya Manochan again posted 15,000. So Jaya, your answer is also incorrect. So the correct answer is 14,000. So Neeraj Singh, you have posted the answer. Your answer was correct, but you posted it over the common group. So please don't do this. So many students got this answer of 14,000. Harivansh Kumar, also your answer is incorrect. So now let's start. How come we got this answer? So see, as I told you, you guys have to calculate the point where we are indifferent. That chalu rakho, band rakho, there is no change. So see, if we shut down the plant, there is a loss of how much? 88,000. If we shut down the plant, there is a loss of 88,000. It means if we continue with the plant and if there is a loss of 88,000, it means at this point we are indifferent. So let's say if we continue the plant and if there is a loss of 88,000, it means what? We are indifferent, that at this point चालू रखो बंद रखो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला. Because see, I repeat again guys, if we shut down the plant, there is a loss of 88,000. So let's calculate how much sales is required to earn a profit, or in fact how much sales is required to get a loss of 88,000. So my profit is 88,000 loss. My fixed cost is how much? 2 lakh. So how much will be my contribution? So this minus this should be 88,000. So this will be 1,12,000. So it means what? If we are getting a contribution of 1,12,000, we are indifferent. I repeat again, if we are getting a contribution of 1,12,000, we are indifferent, that continue karo, nahi karo, the loss will be the same. So in short, profit plus desired profit plus fixed cost divided by what? Contribution per unit. So my desired profit is how much? 88,000. My fixed cost is how much? 2 lakh. So this is what my contribution. If we divide it by contribution per unit, we'll get the answer. So at 14,000 units, if we manufacture and sell 14,000 units, the loss will be 88,000. And if we shut down the plant also, the loss will be 88,000. So at this point of 14,000 units, we are indifferent, that we can continue also, we can discontinue also, the loss will be the same. So this is the way just to understand the things when talking about. So this is the point what? Point where we are indifferent. That is, to continue or not to continue, the loss will be the same. So this is what we call as the shut down point. This point is what we call as shutdown point. When talking about the formula that is given in the material, when talking about the formula, so total fixed cost is how much? 2 lakh. Shutdown cost is how much? 88,000 divided by contribution per unit is 8. So this is what our shutdown point concept is. So again, as I said, there are no formulas in marginal costing, in fact, in costing. So again, the logic behind this formula is this one. So I appreciate your efforts. Very good, guys. I think many were able to solve the question, but still those whose answers were incorrect, don't worry. It happens. It happens with everyone. So don't get demotivated. Anyone with any doubts or queries in this part? This is what we call as the shutdown point, and this is the second part of the question. This is what we call as the shutdown point. That is the point where we are indifferent. So if the units goes less than 14,000, it is better to shut down. जैसे ही units 14,000 से कम manufacture होगा, the loss will increase. So it's better to shut down. If the units are at 14,000, we are indifferent. But if the units goes above 14,000, we should better to continue with the plant. 88,000 is my shutdown cost. That is 74,000 plus 14,000. I have mentioned this here also, that if here also the shutdown cost of 88,000. I hope Harivansh your query is resolved. So 14,000 is the point where we are indifferent to continue or not continue, the things will be the same. So if the units are 15,000, if we are manufacturing and selling 15,000, we should continue the operation. But let's say if we are manufacturing and selling 13,500 units, that is less than 14,000, better to shut down the plant, because plant चालू करने के बाद ज्यादा loss होगा. Anyone with any doubts or queries, I request you guys to copy this explanation, please. Yes, Meenu, any doubts? Tanu? Give me some time. Let me discuss few more points, Tanu, if the time permits. Hina, so you are mentioning this, sir. So this is the point where still we have losses, right? Even if we continue or shut down. So the point is, Hina, this is the point wherein the loss is fixed. That if we shut down also, the loss will be 88,000. And if we continue also, the loss will be 88,000 only, Hina. I hope it is clear to all. Yes, that is advisable, Meenu. Anyone else with any other doubts or queries? So let's start with one more question. Question number 5 from my material. I request you guys to open my material, question number 5. I request you guys to open question number 5 from my material. So this is question number 5 from my material. The details of the output presently available from the manufacturing department of Kunal Synthetics Limited are as follows, wherein the average output per week is 48,000 units from 160 employees. So output is given, the number of employees are given. Now saleable value of the output is 6 lakhs. So it means the total sales is given. Contribution is given, that is contribution made by the output towards fixed expenses and profit is 2,40,000. So sales is given, contribution is given. So we can calculate the variable cost, that will be 3,60,000. Now the board of the director plan to introduce more automation in the department at a capital cost of 1,60,000. So they are planning to make it more automated with a capital cost of 1,60,000. The effect of this will be to reduce the number of employees to 120. So they are making it more automated and they are reducing the number of employees to 120, but to increase the output per individual employee by 60%. They have to increase the output by per individual by how much? 60%. Now, since the employees are working hard, so they need to be provided incentives. So see, it is given to provide necessary incentives to achieve the increased output. The board offers to intend a 1% increase in piece rate of 1 rupee per article for every 2% increase in average individual output achieved. To sell the increased output, it will be necessary to decrease the selling price by 4%. So you are required to calculate the extra weekly contribution resulting from the proposed change. So currently my contribution is 3,60,000. After implementing these changes, how much extra contribution I'm getting, that you guys have to calculate. So I want you guys to read the question 2 times before approaching the solution and then post the answer. Again, the question is very simple. The point is you should be able to understand the question. So read each and every line of the question carefully and post your answers. So waiting for your answers on question number 5. Those who have not downloaded the material, do take the screenshot and do post your answers, giving you 5 minutes time to solve and post your answers. Question number 5. I want everyone to post the answer. The question is easy. The key is how you read the question, that is important. So giving you 5 minutes time to post the answer. Anyone ready with the answer? Yes. So I've got answers now. Yes, it is correct, Shamli. Okay, no problem, Mustafa. Take your time. I need to check, Rohan. Very good. Yes, it is correct. Very good, Pooja. See, the key point in this question is the calculation of incentive. That's it. Nothing more than that. Rest, I think everyone will be able to calculate all the figures. The key is the calculation of labor incentive. That's it. Rest, it's a straightforward question. So let me check. Are you okay with the number of zeros, Hina? Yes, Dia, Sara, Manisha, Ashlesha, Namrata. So Nitya, very good. So I have got correct answer from one of the student. So Nitya, very good. Your answer is correct. So let's start with the solution now. So the details of the output presently available from a manufacturing department of Kunal Synthetics is given, wherein the output is 48,000 units from 160 employee. The sales and the contribution is given. Now see, very important, the board of the director planned to introduce more automation in the department at a capital cost of 1,60,000. So this is my capital cost of 1,60,000. The depreciation is not given, the interest is not given, so this cost will be ignored. Now what will be the effect of this capital expenditure? That the number of employees will be reduced to 120, but to increase the output per individual by 60%. Question number 5. So calculation of output. So here and see it is given that but to increase the output per individual by 60%. So output per currently output per individual is how much? 48,000 divided by 160. So it is 300 units. That is 48,000 divided by 160. Now increase by how much? How much percentage? 60%. So the average individual output will be increased by 180. So 300 plus 60%, that is 18. So output per employee now it will be how much? 480. So number of employees now 120 employees. So total units under proposed plan, it will be 480 units and the number of employees are 120. So this will be 57,600 units. This is the number of units what will be manufacturing under the proposed plan. So let me check. So Nitya, your answer was correct. I've got correct answer from one of the student, Nitya. Let me check. Few more students posted the answer. So Meenu, it is incorrect. Jaya, very good. So I've got a correct answer from Jaya also. Very good, Jaya. Your answer is correct. Very good, Mustafa. Let me check. Very good, Pooja. It is correct. So now this is done now. Now let's start with the preparation of statement of profit. Calculation of contribution, sorry. When talking about sales, so Adil has also posted the answer. Very good, Adil. So when talking about sales, so currently the sales is 6 lakh rupees. For how many units? 48,000 units. Now the increased output will be 57,600 units. And they are saying that the selling price need to be reduced by how much? By 4%. So into 96%. You can write it as minus 4% also, or multiplied by 96%, the answer will be the same. So 6 lakh is the total sales divided by 48,000 into 57,600. So my revised sales will be 6,91,200. Next is my variable cost. Variable cost was 3,60,000. See, 6 lakh was my sales, 2,40,000 was my contribution. So my variable cost will be how much? 3,60,000. This was for how many units? 48,000 units. And for 57,600, how much it will be? 4,32,000. Now next is incentive. This calculation is the key now. Now see, to provide necessary incentive to achieve the increased output, the board plans to offer 1% increase in piece rate of 1 rupee per article. So they are saying that the piece rate is how much? Piece rate is how much? 1 rupees per article. Currently, they are paying ₹1 per article as the piece rate. This rate is included in this one. The cost, this cost is included in total variable cost. So this ₹1 per article is already included in the variable cost. So they are saying that to provide necessary incentive to achieve the increased output, the board the board intends to offer 1% increase in piece rate of ₹1 per article for every 2% increase in output. So they are saying that the piece rate is ₹1 per article. They are planning to increase the rate, but how much extra they are paying? For every 2% increase in output, the incentive will be 1%. I repeat again, they are saying that for every 2% increase in output, the incentive will be 1%. So how much is the increase in output? The output is increased by 60%. The output is increased by 60%. So the incentive will be how much? 1 into 30%. That is 30 paisa per article. They are saying that the piece rate is ₹1. Now, for every 2% increase in output, 1% will be the incentive. So the increase in output is by how much? 60%. So the incentive will be what? 30% of the piece rate. Now, piece rate is how much? ₹1. 1 into 30%, it will be 30 paisa per article. So incentive will be how much? 0.30 into the number of units, 57,600. So what will be my contribution now? $241,920. My earlier contribution was 240. Now it is 1920 extra. So extra weekly contribution will be how much? So this part was the key. Rest also, this is manageable, but this part was the key. The increment is of 1920 only, my friends. Very good, Shamli. Very good. The answer is correct. So anyone having any doubts or queries in this part, you guys can post your queries. Again, the concepts, there are no new concepts. The point is the variety of question what the examiner can ask in worst possible cases. Again, these questions are a bit on the trickier side, as compared to the questions that are given in study material. So these questions are for your practice. And apart from this, yes, these types of question examiner can ask in worst possible situations. 30%, how come I got this 30%? See, for every 2% increase in output, the incentive is 1%. So the output is increased by 60%, so the incentive will be 30%, Adil. That's what I'm saying, that do check the number of the zeros, Hina. Anyone with any doubts or queries now? I hope this part is clear to all. Yes. So I request you guys to copy the solution. Mustafa, any doubts? You are not posting the answers today, Mustafa. So this is the contribution and this is the extra contribution we are getting under this proposed plan. So guys, done with this question. Those who want to take a break can take a break. Else you can start with question number 6. Start reading question number 6. Again, it's a new question and a fresh question. Try to figure out that what we can do in this question. Question number 6 from my material. Again, it's a very good question. So just try to solve question number 6. In the meanwhile, let's take a break of 15 minutes because I need a break. 1 second, there are a few queries. Let me check. This is the contribution. See, this is my current contribution. Earlier, my contribution was 2,40,000 Tanu. So this is the extra contribution. Again, this contribution is also weekly only. That's why I'm just putting up these questions in front of you so that you are prepared for the worst. See, generally, sometimes examiner do ask bit easy question, but yes, if the paper is on the tougher side, the examiner is going to ask you these types of questions. So that's why in the class I'm discussing variety of questions on marginal costing. Okay, Mustafa. No, Shamli, this is not correct because you are, 1 second, Shamli. No, Shamli, better to go with this approach. Your answer is correct. You will get correct answer in all the cases, but this is the best approach to calculate the incentive, Shamli. Just try to solve question number 6 during the break. So let's take a break. Admin sir, are you there? Admin sir, are you there? So fine, guys, let's take a break of 15 minutes. I'll be back after 15 minutes. In the meanwhile, I request you guys to try solving question number 6. Admin sir, are you there? I was on a break. आपने break डाला था? Okay. So shall we start? Welcome back, my friends. So during the break, I gave you guys a classwork. 1 second. So Hina has posted the answer. Jaya has also posted the answer. So let me check. I'll be guiding you how to solve the question. So question number 6 from my material. 1 second. Dia, I hope you were able to solve this question. Yes, the question was on the easier side as compared to the questions what I have discussed. So Dia, you are able to solve this question or not? Yes, Dia. So question number 6, the company manufactures and sells 3 types of mobile handset. It also manufactured touchpad charger for mobile. The company has worked out the following estimates for the next year, wherein there are 3 types of mobile, X5, X6 and X7. And the total touch charger annual demand is 15,000. The selling price for the mobiles is given, that is 8,000, 9,000 and 12,000 respectively, and that of charger is also given. Material cost per unit is given and labor cost per unit is given. To encourage the sale of the touchpad charger, a discount of 10% in its price is offered if it were to be purchased along with mobile. It is expected that the customers buying mobile will also buy the touchpad charger. The company factory has an effective capacity of 35,000 labor hours. The labor are paid at the rate rupees 500 per hour. Overtime has to be paid at double the normal rate. Other variable cost amounts to 50% of the direct labor cost. Fixed cost is 1 crore. There will be no inventory at the end of the year. Prepare statement of profitability. But you were able to decode this question, Dia? So let me check. We have to prepare the statement of profitability. So see, it is given in the, see, I'm reading the last paragraph again. To encourage the sale of touchpad charger, a discount of 10% in its price is offered if it were to be purchased along with the mobile. It is expected that the customer buying mobile will also buy the touchpad charger. The company factory has an effective capacity of 35,000 labor hours, and the labor is paid at the rate 500 per hour. Overtime has to be paid double the normal rate. So let's start with this question. Question number 6. Statement of profitability. So X5, X6, X7, X5, X6 and X7 and touchpad. 5,000, 4,000, 3,000 is the annual demand. 5,000, 4,000, 3,000 is the annual demand. Multiplied by the rate, selling price 8,000, 9,000 and 12,000. So 8,000, 9,000 and 12,000. Now, very important when talking about the number of touchpad chargers, touch chargers are sold. See, the customers who are buying the mobile are also buying touch chargers, and they are sold at a discount of 10%. So see, the number of mobiles purchased were 5 plus 4 plus 3. So it is 12,000. So 12,000 units were sold at 10% discount, and remaining 3,000 units were sold at rupees 1,500. So 12,000 were sold at a 10% discount. So this will be 1,350, and remaining 3,000 units were sold at the rate 1,500. So this is the total amount of sales. I repeat again, see, the customers who are buying touch chargers along with the mobile are offered 10% discount. So 1,500 minus 10% is 1,350. So 12,000 chargers were sold at 1,350 and 3,000 chargers were sold at 1,500. So let's calculate the total now. So the total is 9 crore 67 lakh. I hope my total is correct. Sorry, 13 crore 27 lakh. This is my sales. When talking about the variable cost, we'll take the total of material plus labor directly only to avoid to save time. So it is 3,000 . So it is 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, and 500. I hope this calculation is correct. Now see, very important is the calculation of the overtime hours. Very important is the calculation of overtime hours. So labor hours required for X5, X6, X7 and touch charger. See, the rate of the wages is given, that is rupees 500 per hour. So herein the labor cost for the first one is 1000. So it will be 2 hours for X5, 3 hours for X6 and 4 hours for X7 and 0.40 hours into the number of units. It is 5, 4, 3 and 15. These were the hours required to manufacture all the mobile handsets and the charger. So 10,000, 12,000, 12,000, so total 40,000 hours are required and available hours are only 35,000. Available hours are only 35,000. So overtime hours is 5,000 hours. Now see, overtime hours are paid at the double of the normal hours. So here for these 5,000 hours, the normal amount 500 per hour is already considered in the variable cost. So balance overtime premium will be how much? For these 5,000 hours, we are paying 500 extra. That is 25 lakh we are paying extra to manufacture all these products. So overtime wages. The 25 lakh is already included in this one. This extra 25 lakh, that is the overtime premium, is considered separately. See, the total wages paid is 40,000 into 500. That is 2 crore is already included in this part. But the point is, when talking about the overtime wages, it is not included. So herein, this is what my overtime premium. For 5,000, see, for this 5,000 hours, the normal wages, see, the normal wages is already included. Normal wages is already included in variable cost. But the overtime wages we are writing separately. Now again, again it is given that other variable cost is 50% of the direct labor cost. So other variable cost is 50% of the direct labor cost. So here in my labor cost we have, that is 500 into 5,000. 50% of the labor cost, so it will be 500, 750, 1000, and 100. So this will be my contribution. Six crore 67 lakh will be my contribution. My fixed cost is 1 crore. So 5 crore 67 lakh will be my profit. So now anyone having any doubts? I hope these calculations are correct, especially this part. There are so many zeros, so it's a bit confusing. Anyways, guys, so anyone with any doubts or queries, you guys can post. Sir Diya Jain, how come 2, 3, 4 hours per unit? So see Diya, the labor cost is given 1000 rupees, 1500 rupees, 2000 and 200. And the per hour is 500. The labor rate per hour is 500. So 1000 divided by 500, we have got 2 hours. 1500 divided by 500, we have got 3 hours. And 2000 divided by 500, we have got 4 hours. And 200 divided by 500, we have got 0.4 hours. No worries, that's okay. I hope this part is clear to all. Khushi Garg sir, how come I got this 15,000 units? It is given in the question, Khushi, that annual demand for the charger is 15,000 units. And further, since the number of mobiles sold are 12,000, so the 12,000 chargers are sold at a discount of 10%, and remaining 3,000 chargers are sold at the rate of 1,500. I hope, Khushi, your query is resolved. Yes, Diya, hopefully your query is resolved. See the labor rate. Check the labor cost, Kuldeep. labor cost is 1000 rupees per unit divided by the rate is 500. Herein it is 1500 per unit divided by the rate 500. It is 2000 per unit divided by 500. So we will get the number of hours. Diya, Kuldeep, I hope your query is resolved. Yes, Jaya, tell me. It is 50% of the day labor cost, Jaya. So Hina Kumar sir, I am confused because it's saying double the normal wages. So why we have not taken 1000 as overtime premium, which is double. So see, for the extra hours we have to pay double. So for these extra hours, that is for these 5000 hours, the normal amount is already included in this variable cost. For these 5000 hours, we are paying them at the rate normal wages 500 is already included in this part. So the additional amount, that is the overtime premium, is not included, that we are considering separately. 3000 are the random charges that are sold. These are the random charges that are sold. See, two opinions are possible, Jaya, so you can write it as footnote. Diya, hopefully your query is resolved. See, read the question carefully. The labor is paid at the rate 500 per hour. Overtime of the labor has to be paid double at the normal rate. It means for these 5000 hours, we need to pay at the rate 1000, right? Hina, I repeat again, for these 5000 hours, we have to pay them at the rate 1000. 500 already included in labor cost. And this 1000 we are taking here. For the remaining 500 we are taking here. I hope this part is clear now, Hina. Yes, it is the fixed cost that is given in the question. I request you guys to copy the solution. %50 of the labor cost. These variable overheads, the other variable cost is 50% of labor cost. So my labor cost is 500. See, my labor cost is how much? 1000, 1500 and 2000. So it is 500, 750 and 1000. Check the labor cost. I think, Jaya, you also have the same query. So 500, 750, 1100. It is 50% of the labor cost. All these amounts are what? 50% of labor cost. Okay, Hina, no worries. We are, see, it is by default 500 is included, no? Jaya, hopefully your query is resolved. Yes, Jaya, see, these two opinions are possible, but this one is the better one. Still, if you're writing the solution as per this way, then do write it as footnote. But again, this is the best way to solve the question. Examiner won't deduct marks. But yes, in your case, if the examiner is not in good mood, he might deduct marks. Anyone else with any doubts or queries? That's okay, Dia. It's up to you. You can solve it per unit also. You can solve it in this way also. It happens with everyone. Even the same issue was even I was also facing the same issues when I was preparing. So it's okay. The more you will practice, the better you will be with the concepts. So the practice is the key. Try to solve as many as possible new questions. Variety of questions are available over the portals. Overtime wages. This is overtime wages, Tanu. See, overtime premium, see, it is 5,000 hours we are paying at the rate 1,000 per hour. 500 is already included in this cost, and remaining 500 we are taking this separately. Yes, I'm going with this part only, Hina. See, I've written normal wages is already included in variable cost. This is just for your understanding. See, this normal wages of 500 now, it is already included in this one. Already included in labor cost. The same paragraph here also. So fine with it, guys. Now, just 1 second. So now, enough of discussion on marginal costing. There are few points that are still left out in marginal costing, but you guys can refer. It's again the concepts what we have discussed till now. It's more or less same only. So the point is now, 1 second. That's okay. No worry, Kushi. No worries, Kushi. So now we are done with marginal costing. 1 second. Yes, examiner, can I ask you these types of questions in exams, Kuldeep? So now, guys, done with marginal costing, and today is the last session for this batch. I tried my best to cover all the concepts in detail. Still, if you have any issues, you can write a mail. So Mustafa and one more girl, Pooja, I have received your mail. I was not well last week, so I couldn't check out your mails. So I'll be addressing your query this week. Mustafa, I think you have your email address. I'm not been able to get. So anyways, I'll be responding on the same email only, Mustafa. So guys, the point is when talking about costing, it's all what about concepts. So I repeat again, no need to memorize the formulas. Try to memorize the concepts that will help you a lot. When talking about how to approach your studies, see, the point is you have sufficient time. So the point is try to take 3 subjects in a day, because many students told me that how to prepare for exams. So try to approach 2 to 3 subjects in a day. Keep a fixed time for the theory. Keep a fixed time for the practicals. See, you can get up early. You can start preparing for theory. When talking about the law-based subject, that is law and taxation, do read it daily. See, just treat it like a food, or you can say a breakfast. So in every morning, what you have to do is read the laws, be it company law, be it mercantile law, be it income tax laws, and read it till the last date of exams. Taxation में और law में problem क्या आती है students को, किसी they try to mug up everything, and in the exam time they are just completely blank. So the point is, just like your normal diet or routine, read the tax part as make reading this tax part as a part of your daily routine. Read few sections of income tax or laws every day till the last date of your exam. अगर आप एक साथ याद करने जाएंगे तो एग्जाम में सब खिचड़ी हो जाएगा. So better it is, make it a habit that 2 hours I will give to law every day. Every day you have to read law 2 hours, be it income tax law, be it company law, be it mercantile law, and make it as a part of your routine that every morning when I'll get up, I'll read law for 2 hours. This is the best way to approach income tax and company law and whatever the mercantile law is. When talking about practical, you can first take costing, finish the costing, then you can take accounts, then again, after accounts, you can complete FM. But make sure 3 subjects should be taken parallelly, because generally what students do, they finish the costing, then they start the account, then they finish law, then they finish FM, whatever it is. Now once all subjects gets over, वापस अगर वो फर्स्ट पे आता है तो it is completely blank. So the point is, try to take 3 subjects in a day, read every day. Very important when talking about law, read law, be it company law, be it any income tax law, read it every day. Try to solve few practical questions every day, make it as a part of your daily routine. And again, when talking about all the practical subjects, be it accounts, be it costing, be it FM, try to solve as many as possible question in writing. I understand that it is bit time consuming, but trust me, the more you will write, the better you will be with the concepts. And again, the speed is important, because most of times students are facing this issue that, sir, the paper is lengthy. The paper is not lengthy. The point is you are out of practice, because many students, what I have observed is that they do ticking in the notebooks. Sorry, do ticking in the modules or practice books, whatever it is. So don't do ticking. Write your answers. It will help you to improve the speed also while writing the exams. It will help you a lot. So you will be able to complete the paper on time only when you have a writing practice. So try to solve as many as possible practical questions in writing. Again, so these are the tips. So first point, take 3 subjects in a day, at least 3 subjects in a day. Second point, when talking about the practical subjects, very important, try to solve questions in writing. Third point, read law 2 to 3 hours daily, be it income tax, be it any other law. So this is the key. Apart from this, very important, guys, I am there till the last date of your exam. So whatever the queries you have, you can write a mail to cma-inter@icai.in. I'll be getting the mails now directly. So don't worry, I'm there to handle all your queries. Till the last date of your exams, I'll be addressing all your queries relating to the subjects and chapters what I have taught. So anything else what I can do for you, you guys can tell me. You will get a reply, Tanu. I'll just speak to the concerned person. Yes, 3 subjects a day, read law every day and writing every day. Yes, the practical subjects, try to solve questions in writing only, Kuldeep. Thank you so much, Mustafa. You are quite regular, and thank you so much. Anyone else who want to speak to me can speak to me. Yes, we'll be keeping separate classes also. So thank you so much, Meenu. CMA-inter@ICAI.in, Khushi. Thank you so much, Kuldeep. You can start see again, take one chapter every day, complete the chapter. It may take 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours. But yes, again, focus on the concepts and try to solve questions in writing. First, you can take the illustration of study material, then practical problem, then past MTPs, RTPs. And apart from this, you can solve the questions what I have discussed in the class also, Hina. Audit. See, when talking about the audit, just read it like a storybook. You can't memorize audit. When talking about audit, very important, just read it like you are reading a newspaper and don't try to do rectification or mug up the things. Just read it 6 to 7 times before exam. Just read it like a novel. Don't try to memorize it or don't try to do rectification. You won't be able to remember. I mean, I'm damn sure that exam mein kuch bhi yaad nahi rahega diya. So the point is, read audit like a novel and make sure that before exams, at least you are able to read audit 6 to 7 times and you are able to revise audit at the time of exam at least one time before starting with the paper. So audit, read it like a newspaper or like a novel and try to read it 6 to 7 times. This is the tip for audit. Anyone else? You can refer past practice manual and past examination questions. That is more than sufficient, Harivansh Kumar. Okay, Minu. You'll surely, my good wishes are with you. You are quite regular. You can refer, Mustafa, you can refer past practice manual. Apart from these, the scanner or past MTP, RTPs, that is more than sufficient. Yes, Kuldeep, 6 to 7 times you have to read it just like a novel or any storybook. You'll find it better. Thank you so much, Ashlesha. That you have to manage, Tanu. Time management is the key. See, when talking about costing, I told you every time that whatever the concepts I'm discussing, write it in your language. Do write the comments that what you have understood from this concept. So I think when talking about costing, your concepts book is already ready. But rest, if you feel like that, okay, if you are not being able to recollect the concept, then yes, prepare your own notes for the concepts, Hina. Thank you so much, Shamli. I'm there till the last date of your exams. So thank you so much, guys. God bless you. Wish you good luck for your exams. Yes, Kuldeep, for every step you will get some marks in costing, and be it any practical subjects, you will get uh, for every for every subject or for every paper, you will be getting marks for every steps. So if you're finding any question difficult, at least whatever you are able to do in that question, just write it down. For every important part you will be getting a mark. So अगर आपको लगता है कि आप पूरा क्वेश्चन सॉल्व नहीं कर पाएंगे, आधा ही कर पाएंगे, just try to solve I mean whatever you can, you'll be getting marks for every step. Yes, you can. So thank you so much, guys. God bless you. Take care. Wish you good luck for your exams. Thank you so much. Admin, sir.